Hello, dear students. My name is Libby Watts, and I'll be your instructor for Math 130, Fundamentals of Reasoning. So I'm going to give you a short tour of the class, and if I left anything out, please let me know. So this is your homepage for the course. It's a good place to get started because there's links to your syllabus, your instructor, and the learning modules. And this is where I'm hoping to post this video as well. So hopefully you'll see that here. So maybe if you've never used Canvas before, there is let's see if we go to learning modules. I believe there's a little Canvas tour. Start here, next steps, course information. Let me see if it's at the bottom. Yeah, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom under modules, there's Canvas orientation for students. So that might be a good place to start if you've never used Canvas before. There's also all kinds of information about TCC for fall of 2024. So there's the student services, student handbook, academic calendar, some AI stuff, which doesn't really pertain to this class, but you can check it out if you want. So if you are familiar with Canvas, I'm just going to go back to the homepage here. Then the first place to start would probably be the syllabus. So announcements are kind of weird in Canvas. They're up here, and if you want to read the whole thing, you have to click on them. But they do get messaged to you as well. And maybe emailed. I think it emails and messages you. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe one of you can let me know. So here's your first week announcement. So I put everything that you need to do. There's a lot to do the first week. There's 7 assignments. So these are pretty short, but there's 5 homework assignments where you actually start digging into the math. Because it is only a 10-week class, we move pretty fast. All right, so syllabus is probably a good place to start. This is my contract with you, so it's good to be familiar with it. I'll just point out a couple of important things. There's links here. So required course text and supplementary materials. Everything is OER, and it's already built in, so there's nothing to buy or print. I mean, you can print that stuff if you want, but there isn't like one thick, big bundle of it. You have to print it as you go. A scientific calculator is required. I like the TI-30XX because it has a pretty good, well, all of these calculators are fine. Basically, you just want to make sure that you have a fraction key. So the 3 calculator. Okay. So a scientific calculator is required, but it doesn't have to be one of these is what I'm saying. You might have something else. If you have a graphing calculator, that works. You definitely need to have a good computer with internet, web browser with Adobe Flash support. I don't even know what that is, but you probably have it if you're watching this, and Adobe PDF reader. Most PDFs can be read on the web, so I don't know how important that is. And then a smartphone or tablet is a good option for accessing the internet. All right, so the only thing you need to purchase if you don't already have one is a scientific calculator. There is Desmos for app, which is really good, but you can't use it for your final, so probably best just to have that handheld calculator. I don't have one with me to show you, but if you search these models, you'll find it. All right, so then we have the topics covered in this course, description of assignments. So homework is required and graded. However, if you miss a question, you will get 3 tries until it shows the answer, allowing you to self-diagnose your mistake. and then you can try a similar problem. So I think it's also good if you've tried it 3 times to post it to the forum for some help. So that is done by clicking a little link that says post to forum, and then you can access it by clicking on this little quote bubble right here that you'll see at the top right hand part of your screen when you're in the homework. The homework is done in MyOpenMath, so it's a separate website. It's not, it might be embedded in Canvas, but it's not actually Canvas. So when you're in the homework, you'll see these options at the top right. And this one will take you to any forums that posted, and I don't know what this is. And then this is for printing because you can print your homework. And then you want to make sure that when you do your homework, you don't have to do it all in one try. You can do one question, then stop and come back to it. It might put the grade in Canvas as it is, because it's supposed to do that. But once you finish it, then it'll upgrade or update the grade. Quizzes, you only get 2 attempts though on each problem. So homework is essentially unlimited. Quizzes, only 2 attempts for taking the training wheels off a little bit there. And then there's 2 take-home tests, and there's only 1 attempt per problem on those. But the problems are going to be the same as the homework and the quizzes. I use all the same questions. And then finally, your final exam is also done in MyOpenMath, but it's password protected, so you have to have a proctor to put that password in for you. Here's our course schedule. This kind of keeps you on track with things, but it also has all this in, all these dates are in Canvas, but this is good because you can print this out. Yeah, testing policy I talked about, grade policy. So here's the breakdown. You do have a few discussions, homework 10%, discussions 10%, quizzes 10%, and then your 2 tests are 20%, and the final is the bulk of the grade at 50%. So if this didn't quite come out, but this is supposed to be because I did HTML, if you have a 90 or better, it's an A, between 80 and 89 is a B, and then if it's a 0.5, I do round up. Course communication, you should be logging into Canvas daily for announcements, instruction, and assignments. I wouldn't say daily, but 2-3 times a week is probably what you need to do to stay on top of everything. Let's see, and then check your student email account, because that's how I communicate with you. I don't use the Canvas messaging because I'm just not in Canvas that often. So if you want to reach me, email me. It's just lwatts@tcc.edu. And I've emailed you already, so you can just reply to that email if you want. So if you post a question or email me, I will answer you within 24 to 48 hours, usually earlier, but I give myself a buffer. And if it happens on the weekend or a holiday, then it might be a little longer. I don't live in Virginia anymore. I live in Colorado. So I can't meet you one-on-one unless you happen to be in Colorado. But there is Zoom, and Zoom works just fine. I can help you do anything that I would do in person with you on Zoom. Attendance. The only thing that with attendance is I am obligated to drop anybody who doesn't complete at least 1 assignment by the drop date. Other than that, it's an online class, so as long as you're doing your work, you're fine. Classroom behavior. I mean, we're not in a classroom. It's all online, so just be careful with your words, because words can come across harsher when you don't hear the tone of the voice. Don't use all caps because that means you're screaming, stuff like that. If you have any questions about netiquette, let me know. I can provide you some resources. If there's inclement weather, usually that doesn't affect us because we're online. But if power goes out, then obviously it's going to be hard for you to finish your homework. So just reach out to me. I do get weather updates from Virginia. My family still lives there, so I am connected. But maybe I didn't hear about your particular town, getting hit with something. So just let me know if that is an issue. And the last day to drop for a tuition refund is 10/17. Last deadline to withdraw without a penalty is on November 18th. That just means if you know you're going to fail, you can drop the course and get a W instead of an F. But check with financial aid because sometimes it's better to get an F than a W for financial aid reasons. And if you take the course again, it wipes out those grades anyway. The class is it says in SIS that it ends on 12/20, but Canvas won't even let me have a due date that late. So ours actually ends on 12/15 because that's as late as I could push it in Canvas without it yelling at me. Let's see. Plagiarism doesn't really apply here. Oh, accessibility. Some of you have already sent me your accessibility requests, so I will be taking care of that. If you haven't done that yet, please do so right away so that I can set that up for you. Make sure you have everything you need. And I think that's it for the syllabus. And then if you keep scrolling past the syllabus, there is a nice schedule that's built into Canvas. And then Canvas also has a calendar that has everything. Well, it should have everything for all your classes, but not all teachers use it. And then I kind of scroll past, there is, it's real tiny here, but you can go to the math lab. Let me click on this link. All 4 campuses have tutoring. So as a TCC student, that is paid for with your student fees. So you've already paid for tutoring, you might as well use it. All right, that's it for the syllabus. So I'll try to be quick. After that, you want to go to modules, and then it's real simple. You just follow the modules one by one. Start here. So start here is you're going to say a little bit about yourself, and that is graded. But I don't know why there's 2 here. I'll look into that. I think autobiographies is the actual place where you go to post your bio. Actually, let me click on it because maybe some of you already introduced yourself. And you'll be starting this video. All right, Zaria. So Zaria has already posted. Oh, Zaria, your kitty's so cute. I love kitties. I have 2. There you are. Beautiful. I love the pics. By the way, guys, you see how these pictures are huge? If you can resize them, you just go up into the corner and drag. I don't know if it'll let me. Yeah, it won't let me edit hers, but yeah, so feel free to add a picture and then resize it so that it's not gigantic. And share your pronouns with me because I like to make sure I have that right. I didn't put that in the autobiography as instructions, but certainly it's good. I go by she, her. All right, let's go back to our modules. So introduce yourself. I want to read all about you. And then syllabus quiz that just checks to make sure that you understand the syllabus. Entering answers in MOM is just a short thing to have you just get familiar with using the homework system. Also, it connects you, it creates an account for you when you click on that so that I can set up any accommodations or anything you guys have. And then next steps tells you what to do next. Oh, here's Netiquette if you need some more information on that. So course information, you can kind of skip through that unless you have any questions, you can post them. And then you want to go to module 1. So you'll click on the welcome part. It's going to give you a little introduction. And this is how all your modules will be set up. So we're going to be using the text from James Susha. That's all the welcome part is. So we put next. So this is going to be on real numbers. So there's a little image here of how real numbers work. Maybe you draw that yourself. And then the textbook. So if I click this link, it's a good time to check and make sure my links work. Yeah, it works. So here's the textbook, and if you don't want to read the textbook, that's fine. It's just an option. Here's your learning objectives. And videos. This is what most students want, the videos. So you can go one by one, watch your videos, take notes, take good notes. And then once you feel comfortable, you can move on to the homework. Let me make sure that this is working. So see how it says redeem late passes? You guys all get 20 late passes to use. You don't want to click on this because it's not past due. But say you were doing a homework a little bit late, then you would redeem your late passes to do it. So click start. So now we're in the homework system and see how you have these options up here. You can go to the forum, you can disable the equation editor. I don't know why you would do that. And you can print this. So here's the link I was talking about. If you need help with this question, you click post to forum. It puts the question there. You just tell me what you want me to help you with, and then click post thread. So I don't want to do that now, but that's how you would do that. And then click next after you finish that homework. And you move on to 1.2. So that's how the modules work. Just kind of keep moving along, clicking next as you go until you've completed everything for the week. I would try to break it up. Spend maybe a half hour to an hour a day, longer if you'd like. Doing a little bit, watch a video or two and then take a break. So you can pace yourself. It makes it a little easier. And then I don't want to click on grades because it actually shows all of your grades. Actually, maybe, no, I don't want to mess with it. But grades is where you can see what your grades are. Library and tutoring is here. And that's pretty much it. So you mainly just need, if you want to go right to a discussion, you can, like if you need help. But the modules is mainly where you're going to go. You're going to go to your module. So from the announcement I posted, you'll know what we're working on. So this week is module 1, so that's where you want to start. You go through, so you don't have to do all of module 1. You stop after you do the 1.5 homework for this week. You can go further if you want. It's fine to work ahead. The whole course is open. But this was way longer than I meant for it to be. But hopefully that gives you guys a good overview. Let me know if you have any questions.